Good evening, everyone. This is Shivam Vishwanathan. I'm the Special Events Chair of American Multi-Ethnic AMEC USA, which is a bipartisan grassroots community organization that believes in empowering the ethnic communities of America through social, educational, economic, healthcare, cultural, and political initiatives. I also serve as the Executive Director of GSA India at 75 Expo USA Metro City Sequel 2023. Can everyone hear me? All right. I'm a computer engineer by profession and love to serve the community whenever I have any spare time. I get actively involved with different community organizations and initiatives. It is my honor to introduce our leader, Dr. Vijay G. Prabhakar, who is fondly called Dr. VGP. Before I call upon Dr. VGP to preside over this India's G20 Presidency Diaspora Roundtable Meet 2023, I would like to say a few words about our selfless, charismatic leader, Dr. Vijay G. Prabhakar. Dr. Vijay Prabhakar is an internationally renowned public health physician with pioneering accomplishments. He is currently the National Chairman of American Association of Multi-Ethnic Physicians, AAMEP USA. Dr. Prabhakar co-founded the Citizen Action Alliance of Behavioral Health in February 2021 to strengthen the access to behavioral health care in our communities. Dr. Prabhakar served as a Tribal Health Commissioner and Director for the Wisconsin-Winnebago Nation, a federally recognized Native American tribe from 1986 to 1993, and was the first colored person to receive the U.S. Surgeon General Award for his outstanding work in 1993 from President Clinton's administration. On February 1st, 2023, Dr. Vijay Prabhakar spearheaded establishing Gandhi King Center for Nonviolence in Englewood, Chicago, to develop innovative strategies and programs to reduce the violence in Englewood community. Dr. Vijay Prabhakar is the founder president of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition, AMAC USA, and chairman of Global Strategic Alliance Chicago, GSA, which publishes Global Eye Magazine that reaches 42 million households across the world and 2 million in USA. Dr. Vijay Prabhakar has several firsts to his credit, including the first Indian American public health physician and first person of Tamil origin to be honored a congressional citation which is archived in the US House of Congressional Records. Dr. VGP serves as a global ambassador to the Tamil Studies Chair at the University of Houston, Texas, and was instrumental in raising the first 1 crore rupees, which is 150,000 US dollars, for Tamil Studies Chair at Houston from the Tamil Nadu government in 2019. Recently, our Prime Minister Modi, addressing the diaspora at the Ronald Reagan Center in Washington, D.C. on June 23, 2023, applauded the 3-day GSA at 75 Expo held in Chicago in December 2022 for strengthening the India-USA ties, which is the brainchild of Dr. VGP, where Made in India, Made for the World slogan was coined in early 2022. Dr. VGP is a trendsetter who breaks barriers with his inclusive leadership and is always on the go. Another historic example of his political acumenship and branding strategy came to light in 2021. It was due to Dr. VGP's hard work and coordination that on March 24, 2021, CAIR-sponsored anti-India resolution was defeated in the city of Chicago Council while it passed in 8 other metro cities across the USA. I can keep quoting such epic examples of Dr. VGP's dynamic leadership, but it is suffice to add, Dr. Prabhakar is a highly energetic leader who effectively communicates the vision and relentlessly works to make it a reality. Dr. VGP is a proven creative master strategist, powerful public speaker, and a formidable, persuasive writer who excels in innovation, insight, and political acumen. In simple words, Dr. BGP likes to be introduced as an ordinary car saver, a servant of the community, which he truly reflects by his actions and words. Please welcome the phenomenal Dr. BGP. Please give him a big round of applause.
Good evening. Thank you very much, Shivam ji, for that wonderful introduction. We are here today to meet and greet and honor the man of the year, I would say the man of the decade and man of the century. Before that, we'd like to give thanks to the Almighty God who has made us all come together. I'll request Acharya Rohit Joshi to lead the interfaith prayer by the Hindu faith prayer. Please welcome Acharya Rohit Joshi ji.
आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः श्रोत्रं मथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं मा ब्रह्म निराकुर्यात् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् निराकर्वस्तु तदात्मने निर्देये उपनिषत्सु धर्मः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः. Congratulations to everybody. We wish all of you the best in all respects. The wisdom, the life, the intellect which is within the Creator, without which one can do nothing. I wish all of you the same life to you, guide you to make the auspicious resolutions with noble intentions. Thank you.
Thank you, Acharya Rohit Joshi. Now, to give the Christian faith prayer, we have a Marathi woman, Catherine Thorat. Catherine Thorat has been for 25 years Air India's Midwest sales manager, and now she is the Secretary General of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition. Please welcome Kathy Thorat, who we affectionately call the Maharani of Chicago. She's your very own Marathi woman.
नमस्कार. मी तुम्ही सगळ्यांचं स्वागत करते हा संध्याकाळी. And let's pray. Loving Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you and praise you, Father, that you are such an awesome God. We pray in the name of Jesus, Father, for this evening time that your presence is here. You're going to bless each and every person who is present here with your joy, with your peace. And as we have this function, Father, we submit this function into your hands, that every little detail, you're going to take care of it. And we know, Father, that you are so good. Whenever we ask anything, you always answer our prayers. So I pray, Father, that you bless each and every person that is present here this evening. And we submit this evening time into your presence. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Maharani, for bringing Almighty God's blessings to us for the Christian faith. And now for the Muslim faith, we have Begum Reis Yavar, who's not only a leading community leader, but she's the first Indian American to be the president of the Streamwood Park District. Please welcome Begum Reis Yavar. She's going to give us the Muslim faith prayer.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. Good evening, and I'm honored that Dr. BJP and Sita ji invited me to recite a few verses from the Quran. I admire how they want to build bridges and strengthen the interfaith connections. When I studied Bhagavad Gita in college, Sanskrit, and I learned the Bhagavad Gita when I studied Sanskrit, and when I studied Bible and the New Testament in my school, which was affiliated with the University of Cambridge, I realized that all religions teach us to be good human beings and to be good to each other and to be kind to each other. So I'm convinced that we have so much more in common than what separates us. I'm going to start with the Surah Fatiha, which is the opening verse of the Quran. It talks about the mercy of God and the inherent helplessness of man who's in need of turning to his Creator every moment. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata allazina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. The translation is, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, cherisher and sustainer of the worlds. All praise and thanks be to Allah, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. Thee alone we worship, and thee alone we ask for help. Guide us in the straight path, the path of those on whom you have bestowed your grace, not of those who have disobeyed you, nor of those who have gone astray. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Begum Rahis Yahar. Today, we want to tell you the man we are going to honor from the Maharashtra Institute of Technology, the World Peace University, Rahul Kharad, is the only university in the whole world at the stroke of 11 a.m. every day of the week of the university. The campus, which is 1,500 acres, 70,000 students with 9,000 staff, including 3,000 faculty, on a 15 million square feet, comes to a standstill every day for 5 minutes for an interfaith prayer. This is unheard of in the whole world. Please give a round of applause to Professor Vishwanath Kharad, who founded this university 40 years ago with the world's largest speech dome, where they pray for peace. For 5 minutes, everything stands still. Today, we are having Professor Vishali Kulkarni, the Associate Dean for External Affairs and the Head of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, who's flown all the way from Pune, India, from MIT WPE Pune, to lead us in 1 minute. And let's pray for peace. If we all stand, and I'll request Dr. Vishali Kulkarni to lead us on this prayer. This happens every day of the working day of the World Peace University campus, where 70,000 students, all the 9,000 faculty and staff, and all the visitors come to stand still for 5 minutes to pray for peace in the world. Please give a big round of applause to Dr. Vishwanath Kharad and Rahul Kharad. This is the first time you ever heard in the whole world that a university of faculty and education comes to stand still to pray for peace. Let's observe a 1 minute silence while we have Professor Dr. Vishali Kulkarni lead us in that 1 minute.
Jaya Jaya Swasamrita Atmarupa Devaputi Ganesu Sakalartha Mati Prakashi Avadhari Budi Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We salute you, Rahul Karajji, for doing this 5 minutes, which is so important today, as we all see the non-violence going on in the world, which we are trying to strive with violence in the gun culture. Thank you for remembering for 5 minutes for world peace and prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maharashtra Institute of Technology and the World Peace University has the largest World Peace Dome in the whole country. We welcome our Honorable Ambassador, Somnath Ghosh, Consul General of India, who has come here after a busy schedule today. Sir, we thank you. Please join Congressman Raja Krishnamurthi and Rahul Karaj. He's being received by Ashok Joshi, advisor from Salt Lake City. And Somnath Ghosh ji, thank you so much. He had a very busy day. The Culture Secretary of Government of India is in Chicago today. Please be seated, sir, next to Rahul Karaj and Congressman. He has traveled all the way from Urbana-Champaign today. Ladies and gentlemen, just to interject here, if you all did not know, the Nobel Poet Laureate Rabindranath Tagore was a resident and scholar at University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. And Prime Minister Modi sent the Cultural Secretary, Government of India today to do, and while he was in Urbana-Champaign, he composed some of the finest poems. So much of history between India and USA. Give it up to our Honorable Ambassador Somnath Ghosh. He, as Consul General, he oversees 10 Midwestern states today. Thank you, Consul General, for being with us today. We really appreciate, after a long journey from Urbana-Champaign, to be with us today. It's such a historic event which is taking place. Right now, I'll request you, we have a short video about the world's largest peace dome, 250 feet high, 160 feet wide, with 54 statues of faiths, founders of the faiths of religion, along with philosophers and scientists and educators, the first of its kind in the world, which is really a wonder of the world. Please view this historic masterpiece, an epic historic initiative of Professor Vishnath Tharad, who took 14 years to build this monumental world's biggest dome in your very own Pune, India. And we have so many alumni from the Maharashtra Institute of Technology. Let's give a round of applause who are present and joining us today from Maharashtra Institute of Technology, World Peace University, from the Kharaj family. Please go ahead, ma'am.
I appeal to the Vice President and Honorable Chief Minister to recognize this World Peace Dome as a structure of national and global importance and support to promote it in such a way that it evolves as one of the prominent tourism destinations of the world.
21वीं शताब्दी में मेरी भारत माता विश्व गुरु बनने की काबिलियत रखता है. It will become a विश्व गुरु in the 21st century. उसका छोटा सा उदाहरण, छोटा सा सिंबल यहाँ बन गया है, ऐसा मेरा मानना है.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our Honorable Congressman Raja Krishnamurthi has to leave, and as Congressman Jonathan Jackson is on the way, we have His Excellency the Ambassador Somnath Ghosh ji here. We'll have the presentation of the GSA Pride of India Award 2023 to the man who created history. Not only he and his father created the world's largest peace dome. You've heard that for 5 minutes every day at 11 a.m., the whole campus of 70,000 students, 3,000 faculty and 6,000 staff comes to a standstill on 1,500 acres, over 15,000 million square feet. Every day, no university in the world prays for peace. They walk the talk and action speak. Now we'll request Navi Chandra, our CEO, to escort the Honorable Ambassador Somnath Ghosh ji to the stage. While Sivam Vishwanathan will escort Mr. Congressman Raja Krishnamurthi ji. And then we'll have His Holiness Acharya Lokesh Muni, who is the founder of the Ahimsa Bharat Vishwas, the world's peace ambassador, who is building the world's peace tower, to escort our Honorable Rahul Karaj the Prince of Peace, the awardee of the GSA India, offering to the stage. Thank you, Sita Bala. For all of you know, Sita Bala is a high-ranking official of the Federal U.S. Department of Labor and who works with the H-1B labor certification. She is the award jury for the Global Strategic Alliance for the Pride of India. Thank you, Madam Sita Bala, for joining us. Before we present the award, I'll call upon Dr. Ashok Joshi, who nominated Mr. Rahul Karad. He has 150 patents. He's the CEO of Microlin from Salt Lake City, Utah, and he's also one of the pioneer venture capitalists and a technology entrepreneur par excellence. Welcome, 82 years young Ashok Joshi. He's the advisor to Dr. Rahul Karad, who brought him to Habit. Doctor, please give your introduction. Thank you so much, sir. We want you to come up on stage because this is your moment also.
In my life, I have never seen such a visionary individual. Sorry. Very nice. I'm really lucid. Continuously thinking of social initiatives for uplifting India. It's amazing. So I came in touch with him 5 years ago. I actually saw 10, 15 initiatives that was really, all these are social initiatives. Two of them. We started first school of government in India to educate future leaders of India. And I think Congress Krishnamurthi did. His initiatives include Indian Students' Parliament, National Teachers' Congress, Indian Spiritual Education, National Women's Parliament, National Felicitation Council, where he gives Bharatiya Asmita Award. But two things I was deeply involved is he put together higher education foundation where we get American presidents of universities and Indian chancellors of education, many universities together. We carried out 2 workshops to see whether we can exchange best practices and getting Indian education to a higher level so that they come in the first. And finally, as somebody said, 2 months ago, National Conference of State Legislators, with all the legislators, almost 2,000 of them, in Bombay, Mumbai, to discuss about the legislative processes. And so I would like to say, this is the visionary person of India. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashok Joshi, for those few words of priceless wisdom. We'd like you to join on the stage while the Honorable Congressman Raja Krishnamurthi, with His Holiness Acharya Lokesh Muni, an ambassador, presents the Pride of India Award to Dr. Rahul Karad at this time.
Good evening. It's an honor to be with you. I want to observe those 3 rules of public speaking. Be short, be sweet, and be gone. 3 points. First, can you give a big round of applause to Dr. VGP? It just occurred to me that VGP stands for very good person. Am I right about that? And, you know, when you're in trouble, you GP. And Vijay shows up and he helps. but he's also there for the community. And that's what tonight is about. Second point, can you give a big round of applause to Dr. Karad? I can't hear you. You know, it's very interesting that you come here this week because obviously we are celebrating India's Independence Day and we are preparing for the G20 summit. And as you know, the G in G20 stands for gargantuan, great, generous, and good countries. Good countries. So in celebrating goodness of these countries, in a great country, India, we must remember that India is always known for nonviolence and for peace. Am I right about that? And so that is why it's so appropriate to be celebrating Dr. Karad and the fact that at his university they celebrate peace and they pray for peace every day, in every language, in every way. Am I right about that? And so that's why we are here. I understand that his father and mother are big fans of American democracy and people like President Obama, I believe. And so coming to President Obama's hometown of Chicago in the same week of Indian independence to celebrate the G20 summit is the height of what is appropriate. Am I right? Third and final point, let's talk. I want to spend a minute talking about India. Obviously, you all know about India's achievements. I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you it's the fastest growing economy in the world. I don't need to tell you it's the 5th largest economy in the world. I don't need to tell you that it has come leaps and bounds since independence to where it is today. But let me tell you about something that you probably already know. Let me tell you about you. You are the glue that holds the U.S. and India together. And Indian Americans numbering 4 million plus at this point are some of the most successful in this country. They are the most prosperous ethnic minority in America. They are the best educated ethnic minority of this country. They are some of the best looking people you're ever going to see. Okay, that was embellishment. But I'm a little prejudiced. But the most important thing is this: you are good people. You are good people. And that's why when good people come together to celebrate endeavors like what we're talking about today, then only good comes out of it. So I want to be thankful to you, thankful to Dr. VGP, and God bless all of you. Thank you again, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Congressman Raja Krishnamurthi ji. We'll request now our Honorable Ambassador Somnath Ghosh ji, who has come here, to please address us now.
Thank you very much.
Before our Honorable Ambassador address, I'll request Kathy Thorak, the Secretary General of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition, along with Ms. Mohita Murli, the Executive Director of the Multi-Ethnic Advisory Council, to honor our Honorable Ambassador Somnath Ghosh ji with a traditional Indian shawl. We have a very special guest all the way from London, UK with us today, a wonderful Tamil brother of mine, Mr. Vinod Subramaniam. Please welcome him. He'll present the pearl garland he brought all the way for our Ambassador Somnath Ghosh ji. Thank you. And now I'll request our Honorable Ambassador to address us about the significance of G20, India's presidency of Prime Minister Modi ji, and what it means to all of us, India Diaspora. We thank you, Honorable Ambassador, for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhakar. Thank you, all of you, the dignitaries who have come to live here, my friends, and those who have come from India. Very quickly, I wanted to point out once again that a very significant event is going to happen in India, and it's a culmination of a series of events which hardly any of the G20 countries so far have done. I'm not going to all the details, how many events have taken place and all over India. What is important is the our government's decision to make it with mass participation all over India. I just point out some of the basic priorities, and I will try to argue that this G20 summit is entirely different from whatever you have seen so far. You know that G20 is unique in the sense that we started with a group of finance ministers, essentially talk about economic and trade and financial issues, but later on it expanded into a body of the leaders of G20 countries, which together essentially account for two-thirds of global population, 75% of global trade, 85% of world's GDP. And we are very proud and we are honored that this year India is taking lead in G20, and next month 9 and 10 there will be summit meeting in India. The priorities that India has identified and taken lead for this year is green development, climate finance, and life. Life is an unique, interesting proposal, an initiative that has been started jointly by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UN Secretary General Mr. Guterres. Together they have unveiled. And it is essentially lifestyle for protection of environment, an appeal to each individual to make adjustment in their own lifestyle for making this art, this environment sustainable for the generations to come. We have seen how Prime Minister single-mindedly worked and made yoga something global. It was, of course, generations of effort for many people, but today yoga is accepted by UN as one of the most important, way to be with nature for your own and, for your community's well-being, to be in harmony with nature. And we observe every year 21st solar solstice day as an international yoga day. Similarly, this life will come up as a new initiative. We have the second point that we are focusing on is accelerated, inclusive and resilient growth. And in the beginning of this year, we have hosted this Global South-South Summit. So G20 is not only about the G20 major nations, but we are taking into account all the inputs and feedback, all the developing nations. So India is speaking for the developing nations, and our inputs, our feedback, and our contribution to G20 decisions will be based on all of developing nations from Asia, from Africa, and from other places of the world. The third is accelerated progress on SDGs, Sustainable Global Development Goals, SDG 2030. You all are aware. So each of those points will be reviewed and taken forward. We have taken a toll because of COVID, but we are determined to take forward. Fourth, technological transformation and digital public infrastructure. I don't have to elaborate on DPI. The best illustration is what we could do with Aadhaar in India. As you know, today the number of online transactions, instantaneous transactions, the number of instantaneous transactions in India is more than China and USA together. So that's the type of leadership that we want to take, and we want to take it to all other countries. The fifth is review and reforms of multilateral institutions of 21st century. You look at the P5 in United Nations, which came up in 1945 when India was still under colonial rule. We need to review not only the United Nations structure and framework, but also many other world bodies which no longer reflect the realities of this time. It's simple. There is no gainsaying saying that India should be in United Nations, permanent, in the Security Council. It's not there, so it's not working anymore. You can see it. It's not working politically. It can't address the problems that we are facing. When was the last time the United Nations resolved a serious problem that has come? We need those changes, and we are working together with all other countries as a friends. So this is one of the priorities. And sixth, we are insisting on women-led development. So it's important. Even many of those who are from India or Indian origin, living here for a long time, do not know that 1/3 of all seats, elected seats at grassroots level are reserved for women. India by far is the country who has the largest number of elected women in one country, over many millions. So, of course, it's not enough. Only reserving seats for women is not enough. It's just an example. But our emphasis in G20 as a global endeavor is to pay more attention and to to take it at the center of our, all efforts, global efforts, women development. So these are the 6 main points that we'll be working on, and we hope to make progress in the coming summit. One more important, we are seeing that African Union, representing all the 50 odd African countries, this should be included in G20. We hope that we'll make progress on that. Absolutely, it is not fair that the African countries are great, they are the civilization and all the countries together have such a great potential, and they are not represented in the G20. So these are the issues that we are focusing on. We have worked tirelessly throughout the year, and the culmination we'll see on 9th and 10th September. I'll request all of you to closely follow the media, the mainstream media, the social media, and we hope that India's contribution to this G20 will permanently change the orientation of G20 to make it more inclusive, more human focused, and more towards sustainable development for this world. Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to our dynamic Ambassador Somnath Ghosh, the Consul General of India, who oversees 10 Midwestern states, not only Chicago, Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa, South Carolina, I can go on naming. He's a person who walks the talk, just like Rahul Karad's dad and Rahul Vishnath Karad. Ambassador Somnath Ghosh has a background from the Ramakrishna Mission, you all know, and as you know, that the Karad University and MIT WPU is founded on the principles of Swami Vivekananda, which believes in union of science, religion, and spirituality. Here is a living example, an embodiment of Ambassador Somnath Ghosh. He gave us such an enlightening of what is G20 all about to the Indian diaspora. Now I'll request Ms. Sheetal Vij, Director of Alumni from the Maharashtra Institute of Technology, World Peace of University, like to honor him with a special present of the World Peace Dome and the World Peace University. Sheetal Vij will please come on to the stage. Dr. Javdekar is the former Director of Research for Pfizer Company and an advisor to the MIT WPE from London, Connecticut. He is honoring our Honorable Consul General, and the Associate Dean is presenting a book of MIT WPE. Please give a big round of applause. I'll request Sita Bala to join on behalf of AMEC, and Naveen Chandra, please come and join in Vishwanathan. Please give a big round of applause to His Excellency the Ambassador Somnath Ghosh, the Consul General of India, who's making waves in his first term here. Now I'll request Her Excellency the Honorable Governor of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition, AMEC USA, Dr. Zenobia Sowell, to please give us her opening remarks. Dr. Zenobia Sowell is the very eminent dentist. Please go on the stage, Dr. Sowell. And who's also the chairman of the Bethelite Mennonite Community Church. She serves on the national board of the Mennonite Community Church, and she's also a very big board member of Morris Cicero from San Diego. It also, I have to make a mention here, City, Utah, is honoring Professor Vishnath Karad with an honorary doctorate in April 2024. He'll be the only one honored over 10,000 students by the Mormon University in Salt Lake City. Please welcome Dr. Zenobia Sowell.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Consul General, for giving us that wonderful history on what G20 is about. As I was just socializing in the beginning, I heard different people saying, what is G20? And so we have a better understanding. And for those who didn't catch it all, I'll give you a little brief summary of some of the things that he said. The G20 is an international forum made up of 19 countries and the European Union, representing the world's major developing and emerging economies. Together, the G20 represents 85% of global GDP, 75% of international trade, and 2/3 of the world's population. Because of its size, the strategic importance, the G20 has a crucial role in setting the path for the future of global economic growth. The G20, as he stated, started out in 1999 as a meeting of finance ministries and central bank governors. Following the global financial crisis in 2008, the urgent need for a meeting of the G20 at the leaders level emerged. For the first time in November 2008 in Washington, D.C., G20 leaders converged and managed to coordinate fiscal, monetary, and economic policies to put the global economy on a path to recovery. Since then, the G20 has organically evolved, transforming itself from a global firefighter into a unique international forum to address long-term structural change and challenges. African nations offer a unique and contributions that many have considered and are considering more seriously now because of their population growth and economic growth. Officials say that African Union's inclusion in G20 may happen, giving it voting rights, and G20 nations also support this proposal. The only African country that is in the G20 right now is South Africa. I don't know how many knew that, but we are looking to include all of the African Union. The G20 could support African countries by facilitating the removal of trade barriers and promoting trade. Including the African Union would enable them to shape a global developmental agenda, those that would better align with its own agenda of 2063, and to mobilize external financing for such things as climate adaptation, energy transition, and infrastructure. So Congressman Roger talked a little bit about that, and you've heard it from me. But also do follow the media of what's coming to pass in September 9th and 10th. And for all those who will go to India, we wish you traveling mercies. And for those who will be here in the States or wherever you are, to follow that and see what's going on. All right.
Thank you very much, Honorable Governor of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition. Among your busy schedule, you've been here. She is a dentist to create magnificent smiles on the Magnificent Mile in Michigan Avenue. She travels across the country, and we give it up for Dr. Zenobia Sowell. Now we will have blessings from His Holiness Acharya Lokesh Muni Ji, who's a World Peace Ambassador, who has come all the way from New Delhi, the founder and the CEO of the Ahimsa Vishwa Bharati. Acharya Lokesh Muni is a living ambassador for world peace. He is building the biggest world peace tower in Delhi. Please welcome His Holiness Honorable Acharya Lokesh Muni. He is here, if you all know. Swami Vivekananda was here in 1893 for the World Parliament of Religion. Today, Acharya Lokesh Muni has been actively participating in the 3-day event of the World Parliament of Religions. So, and it's so fortunate, a divine intervention, that we have His Holiness here, because Professor Vishwanath Karad and his son Rahul Karad believe in implementing the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda, believing in the union of science, religion, and spirituality. Please welcome His Holiness Acharya Lokesh Muni, who is going to give his blessings to the Maharashtra Institute of Technology, World Peace University, to the Indian Diaspora on the eve of the G20 summit, and to all of us. Thank you, Your Holiness, for joining us today.
सबसे पहले विजय प्रभाकर जी के लिए जोरदार तालियां उनकी ऊर्जा के लिए। G20 की प्रेसिडेंसी और GSA ग्लोबल अवार्ड प्रेजेंटेशन राहुल कराड़ जी के इस अवसर पर सचमुच में शिकागो की धरती के इस वीक पर कई इतिहास गढ़े जा रहे हैं। एक और जहां पर 15 अगस्त का त्यौहार हमने मनाया, G20 की समिट यहाँ पर आयोजित हो रही है, और इसी समय शिकागो में विश्व धर्म संसद का आयोजन हो रहा है, जिसमें करीब 80 देशों के 10,000 प्रतिनिधि। ये वही विश्व धर्म संसद है जिसमें स्वामी विवेकानंद जी 1893 में संबोधित करके पूरी दुनिया को उन्होंने वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का संदेश दिया था। मैं समझता हूँ अमेरिका की गन वायलेंस एक बड़ी समस्या है, किंतु उस गन वायलेंस का समाधान भी अगर किसी के पास है तो वो MIT पीस यूनिवर्सिटी के पास है। वो इसलिए कहता हूँ क्योंकि MIT पीस यूनिवर्सिटी न केवल मॉडर्न एजुकेशन, बल्कि क्योंकि MIT पीस यूनिवर्सिटी इस बात को जानती है कि अगर स्टूडेंट का सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम ज़्यादा सक्रिय है या पैरासिम्पैथिक नर्वस सिस्टम, तो या तो वो हीन भावना में चला जाएगा या टेक्सास या वर्जीनिया में जो घटनाएं हुई उस तरह से हो जाएगा। उसको संतुलित बनाने के लिए एजुकेशन सिस्टम में प्राइमरी एजुकेशन से वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन, पीस एजुकेशन जैसे कार्यक्रमों को इंट्रोड्यूस करना होगा। और इसलिए मैं समझता हूँ राहुल कराड़ जी, आपके कंधों पे बड़ा दायित्व है, और क्योंकि एजुकेशन ही एक जरिया है जिसके माध्यम से उस रूट कॉज में जाकर के समाधान हो सकता है। मैं भाई विजय प्रभाकर जी को भी बधाई देता हूँ कि उन्होंने अवार्ड के लिए राहुल कराड़ का चयन करके सबसे उचित चुनाव किया है। अभी अभी MIT पीस यूनिवर्सिटी ने लोकतंत्र का कुंभ मेला आयोजित किया था। 2000 से अधिक विधायक एक जगह पर एकत्रित हुए, और ऐसा काम केवल विश्वनाथ कराड़, MIT पीस यूनिवर्सिटी, राहुल कराड़ कर सकता है। मैं विजय प्रभाकर जी, आपकी ऊर्जा को भी दाद देता हूँ। मैंने देखा है आपकी लीडरशिप में इंडिया में आप जब प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया प्रणब मुखर्जी होते थे, विज्ञान भवन में एक इंटरनेशनल कार्यक्रम आयोजित करके एक अमिट छाप छोड़ी थी। मैं पुनः इस समय राहुल कराड़ के लिए 4 शब्द कहना चाहूंगा कि बात सरल बलिदान कठिन है, पतन सहज उत्थान कठिन है, गाता है खंडर का हर पत्थर, ध्वंस सरल निर्माण कठिन है। जिस निर्माण में ऐसे युवा लगे हुए हैं, निश्चित रूप से उससे भारत, अमेरिका सबका भविष्य अधिक सुखद होगा। पुनः राहुल कराड़ को बहुत बहुत बधाई। विजय जी आपको बहुत बहुत साधुवाद। ओम आरहम।
Thank you, Your Holiness, Acharya Ji, for those divine blessings. Now I'll request Professor Dr. Vishali Kulkarni, the Associate Dean of External Affairs and the head of the School of Engineering, Maharashtra Institute of Technology, World Peace University, present the MIT book to her. While we have a very distinguished personality in our midst, Shri Bailal Patel Ji, who is the godfather and Indian icon of serving the Indian community in the Midwest area for the last 50 years. Today, he is the Midwest Deshi Talk and ITV channel president. Bailal Patel Ji has served the Indian community for 50 years. We'll honor him with a special shawl on behalf of MIT World Peace University. Thank you, Bailal Ji, for coming and being with us today. As you all know, that G20 was held last year in Indonesia. We are blessed to have the President of the Indonesia Diaspora of United States of America, Honorable Martin Tangra, who's come all the way to be with us today to hand over the baton. We'll request Honorable Martin Tangra, who's also the chairperson of the 7th District Congressional Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force, to please come and give his greetings and to hand over the baton to the Indian diaspora leader in our midst, Mr. Neil Coate, the national chairperson of the Indian American Business Coalition, who would like to speak on the significance of G20 India presidency. Mr. Martin was here earlier. While, because of time factor, we'll please welcome Mr. Neil Coate, who's going to... Neil Coate is also a co-founder of the Federation of Indian Associations of Chicago. He's the CEO of Lisle Information Services, and he is also the national chairperson of the Indian American Business Coalition of USA, and he is a rising young Indian American community star filled with the spirit of Hindutva. He's one of the few leaders today who's not ashamed to claim India as a Hindutva nation. Please welcome Neil Coate, the young Turk of America.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay. Good evening, Chicago. I hope you guys are enjoying. Maybe not yet, huh? We need a couple more. All right. Good evening, Chicago. I'm extremely proud to be here and honor the global world peace under the leadership of Dr. Rahul Karad. It's actually Karad. It's not Karat, right? And we salute this leader for the peace initiatives and educational initiatives that they have taken, starting with the land of Maharashtra and Pune, where I belong from. And we have seen the institute grow from a small place to now a global world institute that has worldwide recognition. So a round of applause for Dr. Rahul Karad for bringing the peace from Pune, which is known as Oxford of the East, and they are the Oxford of the East. And for some of them that doesn't know about Rahul Karad, he studied in London, which is actually Cardiff and London. So thank you so much for bringing those values and keeping the values of East from India into Pune. With that being said, I would like to recognize this initiative that Dr. VGP and the Chicago leadership has taken. This week looks like it's the week of Maharashtra. Give a round of applause for that, and I'll tell you why. Martino, welcome. So the reason why I say this week is the week of Maharashtra is yesterday we had an honor to welcome Chhatrapati Sambhaji Raje in the land of Swami Vivekananda in Chicago yesterday. We had Thomas Saji here. We had Govind Das, Krishna Das from Kerala, all welcoming Sambhaji Raje all the way from Kolhapur. And today we have Dr. Rahul Karad all the way from Pune. We are blessed to be in their presence. So round of applause for Dr. Rahul Karad and Chhatrapati Sambhaji Raje, who said Swaraj is the new party that will slowly start working through the gaps of what the other political systems in Maharashtra have left. But I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about G20, what Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been taken initiative worldwide. I think there is no other leader then Prime Minister Modi to represent India on a global scale, and not to ignore the G20. We have been blessed and we have rightfully earned to represent G20 for the whole year of 2023. And yesterday was the key initiative from Narendra Modi ji about G20. So a few points about G20 are green development initiatives, accelerated and inclusive growth, accelerated progress for all worldwide countries, digital and transformation and public infrastructure, and women-led development. So everybody knows Prime Minister Modi. He was here about a month ago. We had an honor and pleasure to welcome the Prime Minister in Washington, D.C. And what a charismatic leader we have in India to represent India everywhere. So G20 initiative is putting India on a global pedestal. And India has shown to the world, we don't think of India alone. We think of world in the form of Vasudev Kutumbakam, right? So we think of world rather than India alone. And that's the message I think G20 is for the world. With that, I would like to say thank you and welcome to the World Peace Mission. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Martino Thangra, the President of the Indian Diaspora of Indonesia. Last year, G20 was held in Bali, Indonesia. We have had him here and we'd like him to symbolically hand over the Global Eye Magazine to Neil Court, representing the Indian Diaspora today. You can say a few words, Martin Thangra.
We are very glad to join this event. Indonesia was the host country for last year. It was successful, and the next gavel it went to Prime Minister Modi, and India is the host country for this year. And it's good to know everyone here, especially the awardee, Dr. Rahul Kharat from India. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martino Thangra, who's all the way come to join us today. We request all of the alumni and all the guests to be a little patient as we are awaiting Honorable Congressman Jonathan Jackson. He should arrive any moment here. He's a member of the powerful U.S. Foreign Affairs Committee and also the member of the U.S. Agriculture Committee. He's the son of the living legend, Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., the U.S. Civil Rights leader. And I would predict him, along with Dr. Vasavi Chakka, the Lincoln scholar, though she's Republican, as the next black American president of the United States. So please hold your breath. While we wait for him, let me call upon Dr. Rashmi Patel, a very distinguished physician, community leader, who is the current president of the Federation of Indian Association, which was established in 1980, an umbrella organization. Dr. Rashmi Patel has revolutionized the sleeping giant FIA in 1980 to become one of the most active organizations. He conducted the historic parade on Diwan Avenue, India, and celebrated India's Independence Day in a very Jabardast manner. Please welcome Dr. Rashmi Patel, a man with a vision, a man who walks the talk.
Thank you, Vijay.
Please give it up a big round of applause.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to thank Dr. Vijay Bhai, as Raja Krishnamurthi says very correctly. He's a VJ, he's always winning. His name itself tells us that he's a winning guy. He always with us. He always put us together. He is the one who always call us, get together, have some program which is community oriented. And furthermore, when he do some programs like this, and I do appreciate doing this kind of programs. Now, as far as the G20, my two speakers, our Consul General, said so many things about G20. I don't think anything that I can give you more information on G20. You all are Indian diaspora. You all know about the G20 much more than what probably I know. We respect and we honor our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has really done a marvelous job bringing G20 to the India, and he has really escalated the India to a world map in 10 years. In first 60 years, we were known just as an India or Bharat, but in 10 years, he has done in charisma, and that charisma has brought us Indian the proud, not only here, not only in India, but all over the world. That is what I salute to our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Dr. Rashmi Patel ji. Now we have the first woman president of the American Indian Association, which was established, take a guess, not 1980, 1962. The oldest Indian American organization, who's headed by Lion, and she's a lioness, Hina Trivedi, who means what she talks and talks what she means. Please welcome the lioness Hina Trivedi, the president of the American Indian Association, to present her greetings to Sri Rahul Karad on getting the GSA Pride of India. Please give a big round of applause to the first lady president of the American Indian Association, the oldest Indian American organization since 1962.
Hello everyone. Thank you for coming here. Actually, I'm nothing without all of you guys. So everything makes the difference in the United States or India because of people like you. So president is just a name, but end of the day, we all are the servant of our community. And I did serve our community, over 36 organizations as a president, but president is just a title, but what we give back to our own community. So thanks to the Dr. VJP, because he's not only Indian, but he's actually, what he's doing is trying to bring the whole world under one umbrella. And that's not easy to do that. So please give big round of applause for Dr. VJP. Because of him, we today all together, and thanks to the university and even Rahul ji who's here today, this function is for him. So let's support youngsters like him and others so we can continue growing our community and take it to the next level. Thank you, and God bless America and India.
Thank you so much, Lioness Hina Trivedi ji. As our Neil coach said, it's been a week of Maharashtra and Marathi celebration. Chhatrapati Shivaji ji, has been an emperor for India, a valor of bravery. Let me call upon Ulka Nagarkar, the trustee of Maharashtra Mandal, Chicago, and the former president, and her team to come to felicitate her fellow Marathi Maharashtrian. Please welcome Ulka Nagarkar. Please give a round of applause to the new president of Maharashtra Mandal and trustee Ulka ji. They would like to give a special word of welcome.
हॅलो नमस्कार. तिकडे मागे जे MITचे स्टुडंट्स आहेत, ॲल्युमिनाय, आमचं भाषण ऐकायला येणार का? Those who are from MIT alumni, can you please come on your desk so you can listen to our speech? Hi. A warm Marathi namaskar to the esteemed conglomerate gathered here today for India's G20 Presidency Diaspora Roundtable 2023. I am Ulka Nagarkar, trustee of Maharashtra Mandal Chicago 2023 to 25 and ex-president of Maharashtra Mandal Chicago 2021-2022. All honorable guests, firstly, heartiest congratulations Mr. Rahul Karad for winning the prestigious GSA India Pride of India Award for this year. It is indeed well deserved, and I truly mean it. When I say well deserved, it is one thing to have an iconic visionary parent, but it takes true grit, dedication, and perseverance to bear the same torch with equal panache. Your father, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, is and will always be the harbinger of innovative visions to the millions of masses from our beloved Maharashtra and India as a whole. You are surely no less, Mr. Rahul Karad. You carry the same values, and in fact, are pushing the envelope even further by your work, actions, and awards like the one you received today. You represent and inspire today's Yuva Bharat, and that is no small feat to achieve. The prestigious India's G20 Presidency Diaspora has such a simple and clear vision: one earth, one family, one future. The Indian Americans may seem to be segregated by cultures, languages, and ethnicities. I say seem to be because we have always been equivocal of this same vision: one earth, one family, one future. Mr. Rahul Karar is from Pune, Maharashtra, and I take immense pride in presenting the Mother Marathi, or as we say, my Marathi river, of this massive Indian American ocean. Almost every city in USA has an active Maharashtra Mandal, but it all started here in Chicago 54 years ago. We are the first Maharashtra Mandal which has been the catalyst in this ever-accepting country. The United States of America, it's been 54 years since it all began, and today I stand here as the baton bearer. With an extremely strong member group of more than 1,000 Maharashtrian families, we still to this day ensure that Maharashtrian and Bharatiya culture thrive for generations to come. It is one thing to gather in one place during festivals and celebrations. But I take this opportunity to share with all of you how we celebrate every single day, literally every single day. Now I would like to invite Mr. Prasad Athanikar. He is the current Maharashtra Mandal President. Prasad.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, namaste, all MITians and respected dignitaries. Congratulations, Dr. Rahul Karad, on your award. I'm here to represent, as Ulka said, she's my mentor and now she's trustee. So yeah, I'm representing Maharashtra Mandal Chicago here. Last 2-3 years, we were fighting with pandemic, and the pandemic took toll on every aspect of our lives. It brought us to our knees so much that we were torn apart from our loved ones from whom we breathe and live for the first place. This didn't deter Maharashtra Mandal Chicago, and we used technology which was at our disposal. We started groups over WhatsApp which catered singularly to everyone's taste. If you are a connoisseur of music, we made a group of that. If you are a literary bookworm, we lingered in the pages of rich Marathi literature. We have a group of you. If fitness is your cup, we pour that concoction in it and to match your taste. Your spiritual thirst will be quenched by our Adhyatma Pit, dance, arts, theater, music, food, you name a dish from our menu card of activities, and we serve it warm. Our senior citizens, the most emotionally vulnerable people during the pandemic, still find solace in each of the groups that match their taste. Deeper connections were made and we stood together and strong. We still do. I say this with a great warmth in my heart. Not only do volunteers toil to make the groups enching, we also welcome and arrange seminars and talks of great celebrated personalities from India. And not only India, I think we invited all over from the world, literally each day on these individual groups. And when I say each day of the week, I mean every single day of the calendar. So Sunday to Saturday, all 7 days, no exception, right from 1-year-old toddler till the highest tip of senior citizen. I think we have 92 years old member in our community. Thank you. Right? So Maharashtra Mandal Chicago is like everyone celebrates Maharashtra in USA. After the much awaited relief from pandemic, we all rose higher and adopted the hybrid model now. While the online groups and Zoom call sessions are still active, We began in-person meetups, which made the celebration even more glorious. Memories were made in different festivals like Sankrant, Gudi Padwa, Diwali, Ganpati festival, Garba, you name it, we got all the festivals from her. So one earth, one family, one future, a future of generations who are although born here, but are very clear of their identity. They in fact have the massive benefit of adopting their great American culture with an Indian heart. Our Marathi Shala, or School of Marathi Language, has been pivotal to imbibe the Marathi language in our young hearts. We have 6 grades, right from kindergarten till 5th grade. Maharashtra Mandal Chicago thus offers an unparalleled plethora which has in fact been replicated by many other Indian mandals or cultural groups across the globe, not just Maharashtra Mandals in USA. Their representative attend our session, talk to us, seek our guidance, and Maharashtra Mandal Chicago ensures that they have enough information to build their own mandal in their own countries and cities. Because at the end of the day, it is one earth, one family, and one future.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Give it up to the Maharashtra Mandal. We have
Thank
the
you.
Honorable Congressman Jonathan Jackson in the house. Please give him a welcome. And as we have also Thomas Abraham, who is one of the CEO of Universal Hospitality, representing the powerful Malayali community here today. We'll request Thomas Abraham to come and give greetings and to introduce his friends who have come. Please welcome the Honorable Jonathan Jackson. We have Dr. Ashok Joshi, Sita Pala, taking him to the table. Thomas Abraham from the Malayali community, but I think as usual, the Telugu community is today the largest NRI community in America. They're replacing the Gujarati community, and to please welcome Malati Dharmaraju, who's the past president of the Chicago Andhra Association. Malati is also representing the Telugu community. Please welcome the lovely, charming Malati Dharmaraju, another lady of action who makes things happen. Malati ji, welcome. Thank you so much. Hooray, could you check this mic?
Hello.
We also have Ms. Uma Kataki, the co-founder of the Andhra Station and is also the Women's Wing Coordinator of NATA.
Sana. So we have our trustee Uma Katki along with me and Shweta Kotapalli, Vice President of Chicago Andhra Association. I am Malati Damaraju, past President of Chicago Andhra Association. So we are honored to be invited for this event. They are doing amazing job, awesome. And Chicago Andhra Association is one of the Telugu organization is doing cultural, encouraging culture, and again we are doing service-oriented events. So today, it's nice to see everybody's here and talking about the peace, and all the best to G20 team, and you guys are doing amazing. I don't want to take too much of your time, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Malati ji and the Andhra Station and Uma Kataki ji for joining us. Now we'll request Mr. Thomas Abraham to bring around the CEO of Universal Hospitality. He's going to come and introduce his team here. Please welcome Thomas Abraham. I know all of you all are enjoying the dinner, but I'd like all of you all to be seated to listen to the Honorable U.S. Congressman Jonathan Jackson. Before that, we have a video of the historic epic National Legislative Conference. Please welcome Thomas Abraham.
Good evening, all the dignitaries present here. I have here my friend Dr. Vishwabharati. He's the chairman of Hawthorne Green Construction, and if you all remember, he was awarded a couple of times the best builder in the city of Chicago. And he's also the man who built the building where our Indian embassy is there. And Mr. Danny Singapore, he's a hotelier. He owns a few big hotels here. And he also socially very active in promoting the Indian community. Mr. Sister Joseph is the Secretary of IDF, the institution which promotes education for poor kids, and they have offices all over India, especially Mumbai, where many thousands of people are fed every day. And before we end, here is Dr. P. Krishnadas. He has been recently included in the Billionaires Club of the world with 6.4 billion US dollar net worth. And he is very kind to support us in all the Indian endeavor and support all the Indian causes. One more thing. He may be a person of interest for the person who all are here, because sometimes we think that where do we send the kids to study and which university to send. He has got 21 professional institutions where they have the state-of-art education, which includes all the fields of engineering and also the aeronautical engineering, and plus the medical college and a hospital with 1,250 bed hospitals. So if any one of you here want to send the kids to India at a cheaper rate of tuition, he is the man. Before he goes, I'll request you take his number, which will benefit all of you. And thank you for calling me here. And I'm all thrilled and humbled to be here. And Hina, thank you for calling me. Dr. Prabhakar, thank you. Dr. Rashmi, thank you for supporting us. Thank you, Dr. Prabhakar. Thank you so much.
Now we'll call upon Vinita Gulbani, the president of FIA Chicago, to please give her greetings at this time. Vinita Gulbani is also the president of the Indian American Cultural Association. She's also an American Multi-Ethnic Coalition Commissioner. And we'll ask her to be joined by Mr. Hitesh Gandhi, the past president of FIA Chicago, who's come to join us. Please join us, sir.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. And the first thing, let's join our hands to congratulate our pride of India, Mr. Rahul. So learning is not for those just who goes to school. Learning is also for those who have vision like him. A vision that is not seen by everybody, but only few like him. And they find something that brings him to here and gets the Pride Award and make us so proud of him that today we all have gathered just to say we are Indian and we are so proud of you. And I want to say thank you to Vijay ji. There is not a single association who is not present here. And that's why I like him. He's a man who brings the global under one roof. And I love this attempt of his. And I would pray to God, may he keep blessing him to bring all of us together like this under one roof. So thank you for whatever efforts you are bringing the community together. I'm all for you, will always be there to serve the community. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Vijay Prabhakar, for having us today here for invite. And I would like to congratulate Dr. Rahul for having an award and joining to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago, sir. It was a beautiful event organized by Dr. Vijay Prabhakar, and he's always doing the awesome event. I'm a big fan of Dr. Vijay Prabhakar.
Now we'll
Thank you very much.
Awardee of the GSA Pride of India awardee, Ms. Vinita Gulbani, President of Federation of Indian Associations, sir, would like to honor you with a golden shawl because you're not only the Prince of Peace, but what you're doing today. Please come up and receive this token from the Federation of Indian Association. Is the umbrella organization of all Indian organizations here today. Please come.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rahul. Please come on the
please
stage.
escort our honoree today to the stage. We'll request the Honorable Congressman Jonathan Jackson. The charming lady wants you on the stage, sir, and you can't refuse it. Please give it up to our Honorable Congressman Jonathan Jackson, the member of the House Foreign Relations Committee and Agriculture Committee, who's here today with us. we'll request Professor Dr. Kulkarni to please bring the Pride of India Award. So Congressman Jackson could again present it to Dr. Kulkarni. Could you please bring the Pride of India Award to the stage at this time? Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, now you're going to watch the epic historic video of the first National Legislative Conference of 2,500 state legislators of India ever heard since India's independence, hosted by Rahul Karadji at the World Peace Dome at the Maharashtra Institute of Technology and World Peace University. Please be seated. Your attention to watch this epic effort, which is the first time in the history of India since its independence that Rahul Karadji got together the MLAs from 30 states of India. In United States, there's the National Legislative Conference, which gets 7,400 legislators every year for the last 50 years. But for India, the first time Rahul Karadji did it, his creative brainchild you're going to watch. I'll have Rahul Karadji say a few words before the video, and then we'll continue the program.
Good evening, everybody. Just all the audience here sitting, the well-wishers of G. Prabhakarji, various association presidents and all other Indian diaspora sitting here, and I see few other members also from other countries. Congressman Jonathan Jackson, thank you so much for coming here, and all other members. So particularly I wish to request all the alumni of MIT, just for a minute, because this particular award today is a little surprise to me. You all the MIT World Peace University, MIT alumni, I request everybody to pay attention. And of course, all the respected members from Chicago City, all of you, I think I am very humbled. Thank you so much for conferring this award on me. Recently, what little film what you saw just now about the World Peace Dome, this is a creation of our founder and my father, Dr. Vishwanath Karad. That is not my work. But Prabhakarji, you said so much for me. I think I do not deserve that round of applause for that particular work. That is my father's creation, and this is a large conglomerate education center. Last 40 years, we have been working in education, various institutions, schools, colleges, hospitals, and as he has already communicated to all of you, that the very canvas of my education center. And we are very, very socially active institution, and I am very, I have a lot of pride and proud feeling today that our some 40-50 important alumni have today come here from Chicago. In US, we have over 6,000 alumni members working with the various corporations. There are many entrepreneurs and other members. So this is, I have, before I studied in Boston, and before that in England also I was there, and my own institution also. I did my engineering, my dear friends, and this little responsibility, my trust, has bestowed in me as the head of this particular trust. I am taking it ahead, this very mission. And we are very committed group, and all the time, how do we connect all the degree programs with the society, societal transformation? You all know that India's evolution, how it is happening, and what a good fortune, particularly all the MIT alumni. I want to tell you that thank you for keeping little patience, because the G20 agenda, the Honorable Prime Minister has created a beautiful environment last 1 year in India. And in this very journey of G20 last 12 months, many leaders like Prabhakarji in different parts of America, worldwide, they are working, the Indian diaspora particularly. So I compliment all of you to take a lead, and in this very forum of G20 presidency today, I received this award. I am thankful to all of you. Recently, there was one very important convention which was initiated by our institution, MIT World Peace University. some of the members, they said, what is Peace University? What way it is linked with education? But as you all know that the ultimate purpose of any education system is to create order in the society, peace in the society, making peace-living society. Any mind-boggling development, the engineering technology or any scientific technological innovations and overall development, it is ultimately to develop the peace and harmony in the society. So that is the mission of our founder, and he is inspired. I am very blessed today that today we are in Chicago. I am in Chicago here, and where Swami Vivekananda ji long back came, and he said so many things, but our founder is always inspired by the sayings of Swami Vivekananda. Like one of the important quotes of Swami Vivekananda, you all know that unification of science and spirituality alone can bring peace to mankind. And this particular one sentence became the life mission of our founder, Dr. Vishwanath Karad. And that's how he really carried his mission in the direction of peace. And that's how the last 4 decades we have been trying to propagate this very thought process through our education system. There are over 100,000 students have passed out from these institutions, and we are measuring their development performance in the various sectors, that this very dimension of unification of science and spirituality, how and what way, if this can be really imbibed in the system of education, how education system can evolve. And his mission is that this very idea of unification of science and spirituality, how we can promote, communicate through the very structured manner in the various education centers, the universities of the world. And with that purpose, this very dome mission, what you saw just now, the World Peace Dome little film, what was shown here, it is a very unique structure, my dear friends. There are 54 statues of scientists, saints, philosophers, founders of all the religions, Plato, Kant, Hegel, Spinoza, Newton, Faraday, Einstein, Buddha, Gandhi, Prabhu Ramchandra, Jesus Christ. And these are the people who laid the foundation for the humanity, how to live and how not to live. That is the message our founder is trying to promote, my dear friends. And this is a kind of laboratory of world peace. I appeal, I request all of you to convey this message worldwide. And whenever you come to Mumbai, Pune, you please do visit Pune. This particular dome mission we are taking worldwide. And recently we conducted the leadership development, democracy and governance promotion is also one very important agenda of our institution, my dear friends. In the year 2005, we established the India's first school to develop the future politicians under MIT School of Government, and which has given birth to various ideas for the youth empowerment, women empowerment, and now for the capacity building of the legislators. Last 75 years, for the first time, my dear friends, after the independence of our country, all the states, we have 4,500 MLAs in United States, we all say the state senators. For the first time, 2,300 state legislators gathered in city of Mumbai. It was just 2 months before this very important, historic. Your country here in America, you all know that you have 2 political parties and 1 language. In our country, we have 100 political parties and 100 languages. So it was a very mammoth task. And from one education center, this particular lead was taken. Madam Sumitra Mahajanji, the former Speaker of Lok Sabha, the former Speaker Shri Shivraj Patil ji, the another respected Lok Sabha Speaker, Shri Meera Kumar ji and Shri Manohar Joshi ji. These 4 former speakers were the mentors for this idea to build up this National Legislators Conference. And just 3 days before, I was here in city of Indianapolis, where I observed, I was told by some members that said, United States, you have some 7,500 legislators serving this country, and there is National Conference of State Legislator, one of the important institutions. They are working in this direction last 40-50 years, and we were there in Indianapolis. So it was a great experience. With that purpose, I came here to learn from this great democracy, United States, and India as the largest democracy, which is evolving towards to become the greatest democracy, my dear friends. And so this particular conference, I am very keen to show this particular film. I will request everybody's attention, and in front of the congressman and all other respected members, there was Mr. Ghosh from Consul General and other respected congressmen. I think they all, there were some international state legislators also participated. So from that perspective, if we have to transform any nation, our lawmakers they have the most important role, as we all know that. So it was a great blessing on our country, my dear friends, that very in a harmonious manner, all these legislators from all the states of our country, they gathered, and there were discussion, deliberation, dialogue for the national integration, the solidarity of our country, and so many important issues were discussed 3 long days. Let us observe this important film of National Legislators Conference. Once again, I am humbled that this very institution, I am very shy person. My alumni also must be surprised, the alumni of my institution, because we invited as the alumni activity today, and this program was also planned by Shri Ashok Joshi ji and Prabhakar ji, and all your support is there, of course. So thank you so much once again. So let us observe this particular film. I seek your support to build up this idea. Next year, we have an ambition that United States has over 6,000 to 7,000 alumni. We want to have a big gala of 2,000 to 3,000 alumni members in the United States. Thank you.
Anything you desire for the welfare of a person, this constitution paves a way for you to achieve your goal.
ये एक दफ़ा एक सम्मेलन हुआ था मुंबई में और वो इतिहास बन करके रह जाए, ऐसा नहीं।
जो आप सभी विधायकों की अपेक्षा थी, एक व्यूज़ शेयर करना, डाइवर्स व्यूज़ को सुनना और उन्हें जाकर अपने अपने स्टेट्स में इम्प्लीमेंट करना, मैं समझता हूँ ये राहुल कराड जी के इनिशिएटिव से निश्चित रूप से पूरी हुई है।
Every work, when we are working for the people, we must take help of the society.
समाज की प्रगति हो जाए तो हमारे खुद की भी प्रगति हो जाएगी। इसको ध्यान में रखकर अगर हम काम करें तो मैं समझता हूँ विधानसभाओं में होने वाला काम भी बहुत अच्छा होगा।
मुझे अच्छा लगा जब राहुल जी ने अलग अलग विधायकों ने
जो अपने अपने विधानसभा क्षेत्र के अंदर जो नई प्रैक्टिस अपनाई, उनका परिदृश्य, उनकी प्रदर्शनी मैंने देखी है।
पॉलिटिक्स नहीं, जीवन की समग्रता।
Overall economical strength of India has gone up.
Undoubtedly, India is now being recognized and respected worldwide.
These themes of your conference are vital strands of the work to enhance the effectiveness of all democratic legislatures.
मंच पर की गई चर्चाओं और नए विचारों से जनता की भलाई निश्चित रूप से सुनिश्चित होगी और हमारे राष्ट्र के डेमोक्रेटिक ढांचे को और मजबूत ऐसा कार्यक्रम करेगा।
फॉर द सेकेंड नेशनल लेजिस्लेटिव कॉन्फ्रेंस आप गोवा में आने के लिए तैयार हैं? मैं तैयार है क्या?
यह विशिष्ट आयोजन है। प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस तो हर साल होती है, पर विधायक आपस में मिलें, संवाद करें, शायद यह देश में पहला प्रयास है।
एक विधायक को कम से कम 3 महीने का प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त करना चाहिए। MIT स्कूल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट और विभिन्न राज्य विधानमंडल इस दिशा में पहल कर सकते हैं।
What does social democracy mean? It means a way of life which recognizes liberty, equality, and fraternity.
Whatever was said in India about thousands of years back is now being revealed by the entire world.
I think that this is an excellent opportunity that Rahul Karad and his team have been able to organize this conference.
ये विधायक सम्मेलन के आयोजन के विषय में जानकर अत्यंत प्रसन्नता हुई है।
मंच के ऊपर सभी विधानसभा के स्पीकर्स बैठे हुए हैं, मैं उनका मन से आभारी हूं। मैं बहुत इमोशनल भी आज हो गया हूं कि ये जो कल्पना बहुत 3, 4, 5 साल पहले मैंने बहुत सारे लीडर्स से बात किया था इसके बारे में, ये आज एक मैनिफेस्टेशन, एक इमेजिनेशन इस तरीके से यहाँ पे साकार हुआ।
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rahul Karad, the creative brainchild who did the first school of governance in the whole of India, which was headed by none other than T.N. Seshan, the former Chief Election Commissioner of India, who revolutionized the election process. You just saw that the man who created Land, Kathy Thorak, the Marathi Queen, to present the book of the GSA India at 75 Expo, historic Expo, which was held in December 2022, which Prime Minister Modi referred to in his June 23 visit. Made in India, made for the world. Now I'll request Mr. Shivam Viswanathan, the Chief Community Officer of the Global Eye Magazine, which reaches 42 million households, to present a copy of that to Mr. Rahul Karad. I'll request the first Asian American woman Lincoln Scholar, a Republican woman of gut and grit, a courageous Telugu woman who was the first Indian American to stand for City Council of City of Naperville, Dr. Vasavi Chakka. Please welcome her. She'll present the book. She's the Executive Director of the GSA India at 75 Expo Metro City sequel. Please welcome her. And she is also part of the 12th Annual Global Community Oscars Award, Congressional Awards Gala, which was recently held, which was a historic event. Now I'll request not only the CEO of Powervault, but our powerhouse of energy, Dr. Brij Sharma, who is the first Indian American who is bringing back jobs from China to America, the CEO of Powervault. He will garland Dr. Rahul Karad with a precious garland. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a time of moment of history taking place here today. Congressman Jonathan Jackson, who is referred to as the next black American president of United States of America, is so emotionally moved seeing Rahul Karad for his piece, where the whole campus stands still for 5 minutes in the whole world. No other university, Congressman Jonathan Jackson, you're right, which does that. But today we need who prays every day for 5 minutes. 70,000 students, 9,000 staff, including 3,000 faculty, on a 1,500-acre campus with a 15 million square feet of building. Today we have, let's give it up and honor the several MIT WP alumni here. Please stand up. We want to salute you as you all are the true ambassadors for MIT WP. Please stand up, each and every one of you who took time here to come to honor the son of the founder, Rahul Karad, today. Today, Congressman Jonathan Jackson is going to give the congressional emblem, a very special pin. We're going to pin it on to Rahul Karad ji. And Sita ji passed the mic to him. He has a very big announcement to make after he first presents the congressional pin, which he has brought all the way from Washington, D.C. He had several events today. Please give a big salute for a first for an American congressman to recognize the magnificent peace work done nowhere in the world by Rahul Karad at the World Peace University of MIT. Please give a standing ovation now while our honorable congressman pins the congressional emblem to the one and only Rahul Karad. It's a historic moment. It's happening here in the city of Naperville. Let peace resound in the city of Naperville. Let unity prevail. Let the spirit of Swami Vivekananda, of union of science, religion and spirituality. Please give a big round of applause. It's a very high honor. Sita Balaji, please pass the mic to Congressman Jonathan Jackson, who is the member of the U.S. House Foreign Relations Committee, which is very important for India-U.S. relationship. He is also the member of the powerful U.S. Agriculture Committee. He has a very special announcement to make. Congressman Jonathan Jackson, please go ahead. Please welcome Congressman Jonathan Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay. I'd like to give a very special thank you. It is truly an honor when a son follows in the footsteps of his father. You honor your father tremendously. In these Christian scriptures, we say, blessed are the peacekeepers. Your works precede you. I know you by reputation, and we thank God for your father. We thank God for you being a light in a dark world, you can transform so much. I see India in so many ways is in its infancy. So many great things are happening on the continent. So many things are beginning to flourish. And thank you for putting the humanity in front of the technology. God bless you and continued success.
Congressman Jonathan Jackson was telling me on the sidelines when Professor Vishwanath Karad, the dynamic founder of the Maharashtra Institute of Technology World Peace University, visits United States in April of 2024, when the Mormon University of Salt Lake, Utah presents him the honorary doctorate, single person, the first Indian American to be honored with an honorary doctorate in Salt Lake City, that he would invite him to capital city of Washington, D.C. And Congressman Jonathan Jackson said, you know, the hero of the Karad family is President Obama and Michelle Obama. And let me announce here, with permission of my very good guru and founder, Dr. Ashok Joshi ji, that on April 2024, all of you all please attend. There's going to be a historic event happening in Chicago, in the same place, Preston Hall in Art Institute, where Swami Vivekananda in 1893 was honored, where we will have the first Professor Vishwanath Karad endowment lecture on the union of science, spirituality and religion. And Congressman Jonathan Jackson will strive to get President Obama and Michelle Obama at that event. And we want to thank you, sir, for that. And now we'll request, we have Naveen Karna, the CEO of American Multi-Ethnic Coalition, to honor our Congressman Jonathan Jackson with a special red shawl, flaming red, with fire of the belly. We're all going to work for you to be the next black American president. It may not happen in my lifetime, but surely in Naveen, Sita and Shivan's lifetime. Please give a big round of applause. We have with us a very special guest, the only living Padma Shri in 10 states in Midwest, Padma Shri Dr. S.V. Ramarao, who's known as the Picasso of America, a famous artist. We would like to honor Dr. Jonathan Jackson with a special pearl garland. He's a blessed man who has created artwork which is in all the museums from London to Louvre, Rome. Sir, we thank you for coming and blessing the Karad family and Jonathan Jackson here. And of course, an ending like this would not be fitting without the roving ambassador of business and strengthening India-US relations. Please welcome the national president of the Indian American Business Coalition USA, who wants to honor him with a very special shawl, Congressman Jonathan Jackson. Elo, which means sacred in spirituality. Please welcome Neil Coate. Congressman Jackson, Dr. Ashok Joshi, who is an ambassador for the Maharashtra Institute of Technology World Peace University, has 150 patents to his credit, is also an entrepreneur of technology and a venture capitalist in Salt Lake City, Utah. Wants to thank you on behalf of all of us Indian Americans here, and not only the Marathi community, but all the communities here. We have Mr. Om Dhingra, President of the United Punjabi Association here. If he's still here, please come up. And we have a few others who would like to call upon to express their greetings here. And we want to thank you for your support to bring peace, like you and your dad. You know, he's the Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., the living legend, the U.S. civil rights leader who walked with Martin Luther King Jr. with us in person. There can be no other better peace ambassador than him, who has joined us. He flew in at 1 o'clock this afternoon. He had an appointment at Aurora and Joliet, and he drove here. We salute you. At this time, we'll request our Guruji, who we fondly called Anu Malhotra ji, the founder of Mindful Meditation Yoga of Naperville. You know, yoga and Vedic science is very close to Professor Vishwanath Karad, and she has been doing awesome work. While yoga gurus the world over charge a fee, she's giving free mindful meditation yoga, and she had the first, largest and biggest Midwest International Day of Yoga celebration in June of 2023. she would like to say a few words at this time.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First, I like each and everyone to please join me in applauding our own Dr. Vijay Prabhakar ji, the man behind the mission, the man behind the Global Eye, for hosting such a phenomenal reception and giving us the opportunity to learn about the work that Dr. Rahul Karad has been doing through his university. You know, looking at his video and listening to him, this confirms that success is not all about accomplishment. We have realized accomplishments in the areas of medical science over the years, but that's not enough. Accomplishments in the areas of developing systems is not enough. If the man behind the machine is not inspired, then what would you do? And that is what Dr. Rahul Karad University is doing. So I must congratulate him for spreading peace through his university. And like Swami Vivekananda said, arise, awake, and do not stop till the mission is accomplished. So thank you all. Thank you, Dr. BJP, for uniting us under this roof for such a great cause. Thank you and have a great evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see the simple Karasevak Rahul Karad. He says, my alumni feel neglected. Let me go and socialize with them. So please give it up to Rahul Karad as he goes and socializes with his alumni who have come from far and near to be here with us today to celebrate the Pride of India awardee. While we have that, let me call upon another fellow Maharashtrian. Before that, we have Madhu Uppal, a community activist of Naperville, who would like to bring to us a very good Chinese friend, the president of the DuPage County educational system. Ms. Madhu Uppal is another fearless, courageous community activist who fights for India, fights for strengthening India-American relations. Please welcome Madhu Uppal ji.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Dr. VGP. Your energy is infectious, though I haven't got infected from it yet. I am so honored to introduce our friend, Mr. Jeremy Wang, and I want to be sure I do not misrepresent his position. We are talking about education. Rahul Karad ji, what he has done in Maharashtra with the MIT, we have a representative of education right here. We have Jeremy Wang, who is the president of DuPage County Regional Board of Education. So how about a round of applause for Jeremy, who's serving the cause of education. All right, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me this evening. My name is Jeremy Wang. I serve the residents of DuPage County in the area of education. In 2019, I became the second Asian American to be elected countywide in DuPage County, and I am proud to say I'm here to represent. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chief, for joining us. And now we have the closing remarks. I know the dinner, those of you all have the dinner open. Please welcome Dr. Vasavi Chakak, the Executive Director of Indian American Business Coalition and the first Asian American Lincoln Scholar in the country. Dr. Vasavi Chakak to give this closing remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. VGP, for saving the best for last. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Hello, everyone. Are you all having good time? I can't hear you. Okay. I'm going to say Rahul, and you all have to say Karad, okay? Because today is celebrating his success and celebrating his services for the world peace. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I will say Rahul and you all say Karad, okay? Rahul. Can't hear you. Rahul. Rahul. That's good. I'm sure you are all awake now. So this is such a historical event. Very, very special day. And I was listening to all the esteemed guests who are speaking here. And the message again and again was shared. Vasudaika Kutumbam. This is one family, one earth, and one future. So, why this is very special occasion today? We recently, and also again celebrating India's 76th Independence Day. And also we are celebrating Parliament of World Religion. In 1893, September 11th, Swami Vivekananda came to this great country and he sent the message of this one family, Vasudaika Kutumbakam, to the Western world. And we are celebrating that 125 more years of that message, and it is resonating more here. I'm a very proud granddaughter of a freedom fighter who sacrificed his entire life for the freedom of the great country, India. So, as a granddaughter of that great leader, I'm so proud to be standing here and celebrating the world peace. And this is only happening because of two people. One, the great visionary and my mentor, Dr. VGP, who brings any kind of people together. And the second one is Rahul Karaji. I met him last year in Washington, D.C., and then I was very impressed. But this is our opportunity to celebrate his achievements. And I was talking to him this afternoon. The programs he is doing, they are introducing a first government school of government, so people can go and learn how to be in the politics and be leaders. And they have women empowerment programs, and they have a lot of other things they are doing. And our journey, this global GSA India at 75 Expo journey started last year to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav. This was the great vision of Dr. VGP. The seed was planted to celebrate India's progress and contributions, and what are the great contributions of the Indian diaspora. And I'm seeing each and every one of you. Without each of your contributions to our motherland, this success wouldn't have been happened. So what is next? We have done Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav through GSA India at 75 events. And lot of people all over the country were inspired, including PMO's office in India. And the message get to the PMO's office when Modi ji was visiting. You all should listen to this. Modi ji was visiting DC. He has mentioned global strategic alliances events to act on Modi ji's mission to bring India to third largest economy in the world. With that mind, we are forging forward in Dr. VGP's leadership, doing metro cities sequels to carry the GSA India Expo to different metro cities like New York, Atlanta, New Jersey, Texas, Florida, and these kind of areas, Detroit, and we would like all of you to be part of this journey, because Indian diaspora contributions. Without that, we cannot make this journey important. And every one of you who are interested in taking part of this Metro City sequels, please contact Shivam Vishwanathan and he can give you more information on that. And with that, I would like to conclude this saying thank you to each and every one of you being here. This is such an Augustus union, and I'm very thankful and for you to be part of this and for me to be talking in front of you. And I will just conclude this saying Vivekananda ji's quote, arise, awake, and stop, not till the goal is reached. I want you to be, all of you to be part of this great journey of GSA Metro Cities events in across America, and I would like to see you there. And Rahul ji, congratulations, and all the special guests who are here, thank you for joining this event, and I would like to give a special shout out to Congressman Jonathan Jackson, and he's such a friend of our Indian community. He's always there for big or small events, cheering us up. Finally, all my team, esteemed team, thank you so much. You all done such a good job. And Vijay ji, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And good night and enjoy the food. Thank you all.
At this time, we have two community announcements. First, we have Chetan Rege, who is a board of directors from Maharashtra Mandal. He would like to make a special announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, while the community announcements are going, Congressman Jonathan Jackson wants a group picture with each and every one of you. He has brought his official photographer here. So please bear with us for the next few minutes. We have 2 birthdays being celebrated. All the alumni, please join us for a group photograph of this historic occasion. Thank you. Please go ahead, Chetan ji.
Thank you, Prabhakar ji and Kathy ji. Wonderful evening. Good evening, everybody. Namaste. May I have your attention, please? Hello, Chicago. Okay, so I would like to make an announcement here. 2023 we are in, and this year marks the 350th commencement of the anniversary for Chhatrapati Shri Shivaji Maharaj coronation ceremony. So with that, we would we are planning to install a statue, and in association with all Indian organizations of the Midwest, Maharashtra Mandal Chicago is proudly taking this initiative to unite the Indian diaspora in general for the upcoming grandeur, the statue installation ceremony of Chhatrapati Shri Shivaji Maharaj at Chicago Kalibari Mandir, CKB Mandir. Chhatrapati Shri Shivaji Maharaj was coronated in 1674. So this year marks the commencement of 350th year of the establishment of Swarajya. The significance of this event is unparalleled as it deeply resonates with the Indian community and future generations. So on behalf of this extended family of Maharashtra Mandal Chicago and all these Indian organizations, please own the event. You are all invited and participate. Thank you, AMEC and all the ladies and gentlemen for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Now
I would like to do the Jai Jaikar, if you are willing to join, please. Bolo Chhatrapati Shri Shivaji Maharaj ki. Bolo Chhatrapati Shri Shivaji Maharaj ki. Thank you.
Now this time I will request Nirmala Reddy, who is a volunteer of Seva International and OF BJP coordinator.
Namaste. Namaste everyone. Thank you Vijay ji for giving me this opportunity to talk here. And Rahulji, welcome and congratulations for getting this award. And really, we learned a lot about you and your university. Thank you very much for all the good work you are doing. So my name is Nirmala Reddy. I am a volunteer in HSS, Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh and Seva International, and also I am co-coordinator for the Overseas Friends of BJP in Chicago chapter. So I want to make two announcements. So we have the movie which is made by Vivek Agnihotri ji and Dr. Pallavi Joshi ji. So the movie pre-screening we are doing on 25th in Niles. So for all the details, you can contact me or Navin ji. Also on the 24th, we have a impact event where you can meet and greet Pallavi ji and Vivek Agnihotri ji. So the movie name is The Vaccine War. So I would like to request all of you, please reach out to me or Vijay ji or Sita Balaji or Navin ji for the details. So I will give my email ID. So my name is Nirmala ryana@gmail.com. So you can contact me or Vijay ji or someone. So thank you very much. So movie screening day is on 25th August in Niles and Cine Launch. And we have impact event on 24th, where in both events you can meet and greet Dr. Vivek Agnihotri ji and Pallavi ji. Thank you very much, Vijay ji.
Thank you, Nirmala Reddy ji. She's talking about a very historic event happening with Vivek Agnihotri, a revolutionary film director, on August 24th. Yeah. And back to Kathy Thorat.
So we do have two birthday boys in the house. And at this time, we would like to sing happy birthday to them. One is Mazhar, and
Mazhar is one digital community activist. Today is her birthday. We'd like you all to sing happy birthday. And then I'll have Vijay Muralidharan, who's on the Police and Fire Service Commission of Village of Oakbrook, a community activist and Oakbrook Commissioner, to garland him officially and wish him all blessings.
Happy birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my Mazhar. Happy birthday to you. We have Sudhir Agarwal ji, who's joined us. He would like to say a few words of greetings to Mazhar, and then Mazhar can...
Happy birthday, and have a wonderful day, and thank you for hosting this amazing event. It's great to see you. And
birthday to you, may you have many more years together with our Anuji, keep making peace in this world. Please, Anuji, please join us. Without you, his birthday celebration is not complete. So we want to see you on the stage. Please come over here.
Please give a big hand to Bharatji and Anuji. They are making a huge difference in our community with their great work.
Archana ji couldn't say it better. Now we are going to put Anuji on the spot. What's the best things you like about Bharat Malhotra, our birthday boy tonight?
His patience and his calmness, his tolerance. I always admire. And his unconditional support with my mindful meditation yoga, shoulder to shoulder support consistently round the clock. And I am very, very blessed to have him in my life, in this work, in this selfless service that I am doing. His contribution is amazing. Thank you and happy birthday.
Now, before Bharat Malhotra ji speaks, Naveen Chandra Karna, who's very shy, wants you to give him a kiss for his birthday. And you can do it, Anuji. You talk about mindful meditation, positive energy. He's your husband. Please give him a lovely hug and a kiss. Whoa!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bharatji. Happy birthday to you.
thank you everyone. Thank you, Dr. VJP, making this birthday very, very special with all the people around you. Thank you very much.
Congressman Jonathan Jackson, there's a very special request from my Guruji, Anu Malhotra. I know you're having dinner. But this lady is doing so much. I want you to please come up on the stage and recall how you told Ro Khanna in Congress about who influenced Gandhiji. It's a piece of history. Please welcome the Congressman Jonathan Jackson again. We'd like you to be between Anuji and Bharat Malhotra, the birthday hero.
Well, I've had the great honor and pleasure of knowing and calling Congressman Ro Khanna a friend and a colleague. He came to Chicago to support me, and he's been a mentor of mine in the Congress. And we were talking one day about AI and what's the future. And I told him AI had not quite fully developed. And for example, I told him that Henry David Thoreau had been inspired by the Bhagavad Gita, and in turn, he was, this is the person of civil disobedience that Mahatma Gandhi was inspired by Henry David Thoreau, and Reverend Martin Luther King took and adopted Satyagraha and the soul force and the nonviolent resistance towards evil, which brought it to the United States, so that one strand of thought touched the world, and it was inspired by the Bhagavad Gita. So we owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude for your culture, history, and showing us a way out of the racial problems that we had in America. So thank God for the inspiration of the Holy Scriptures.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, it's I know the peace movement started from Mahatma Gandhi and spread it all over the world. Thank you.
Now we'll request all of you all to please come for a group picture. We hand you to Suresh Bodhiwala ji to arrange it. Padma Shri Ramarao ji, Nagendra Sripada, Brit Sharma. How many rows we need to stand, please?
जब मैं अमेरिका की धरती पे खड़ा हूँ, गन वायलेंस यहाँ की बड़ी समस्या है। मैंने अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति जो बाइडेन साहब से भी कहा कि देखिए, गन वायलेंस की समस्या के समाधान के लिए हमें उसके रूट कॉज में जाना होगा। गन तो एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, असली प्रॉब्लम है मानव मस्तिष्क की, क्योंकि युद्ध जैसा संविधान कहता है यूनेस्को का कि पहले मस्तिष्क में उत्पन्न होता है, फिर मैदान में लड़ा जाता है। हमारे इसी मस्तिष्क के अंदर एनिमल ब्रेन भी मौजूद है, जहाँ पर पार्श्विक वृत्तियाँ जन्म लेती है। तो नियो कॉर्टेक्स परत भी है, जहाँ पर मानवीय और दैविक वृत्तियाँ जन्म लेती है। एक सन्यासी होने के नाते नहीं, मेडिकल साइंस भी इस बात को एक्सेप्ट करता है। अगर इस स्टूडेंट का सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम ज़्यादा सक्रिय है या पैरासिम्पैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम, या तो वो हीन भावना में चला जाएगा, दब्बू रह जाएगा, या इतना आक्रामक बन जाएगा जैसे हमने देखा टेक्सास में या पीछे वर्जीनिया में एक स्टूडेंट ने कितनों को शूट करके रख दिया। आज अपेक्षा है इसके समाधान के लिए प्राइमरी एजुकेशन से वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन को इंट्रोड्यूस किया जाए, पीस एजुकेशन जैसे कार्यक्रमों को इंट्रोड्यूस किया जाए, तभी जो जाकर के गन वायलेंस की समस्या का समाधान हो सकता है। आप एक गन पर बैन लगाएंगे, वो दूसरी उठा लेगा, दूसरी पे लगाएंगे, तीसरी उठा लेगा। असली समस्या गन की नहीं, गन तो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, असली समस्या है मानव मस्तिष्क की। उसके प्रशिक्षण के लिए, क्योंकि हमारा जितना भी मॉडर्न एजुकेशन सिस्टम है वो लेफ्ट हेमिस्फीयर को जगा रहा है, बुद्धि गणित तर्क के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, किंतु हमारा राइट हेमिस्फीयर जो इंट्यूशन पावर के लिए, जो स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, उसके प्रशिक्षण के लिए हमें प्राइमरी एजुकेशन से वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन को, पीस एजुकेशन जैसे कार्यक्रमों को इंट्रोड्यूस करना होगा। और मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूं, उसके लिए भारत में मैं पहला विश्व शांति केंद्र स्थापित करने जा रहा हूं। अहिंसा विश्व भारती संस्था विश्व शांति केंद्र की स्थापना का उद्देश्य ये है कि दुनिया के अंदर अहिंसा, शांति और सद्भावना का साम्राज्य कैसे हो, उसके लिए व्यक्ति प्रशिक्षण का कार्यक्रम, पीस एजुकेशन ट्रेनिंग फॉर पीस एजुकेशन, फॉर चिल्ड्रन, फॉर यूथ, फॉर वुमेन, फॉर टीचर, फॉर डॉक्टर, फॉर इंजीनियर, फॉर फार्मर। क्योंकि बदलाव जो है वो उपदेश से नहीं, वो प्रयोग से आता है। और भारत का पहला विश्व शांति केंद्र जो अहिंसा विश्व भारती स्थापित कर रही है दिल्ली एनसीआर में, वो इस प्रकार के प्रशिक्षण, आज अहिंसा के ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत है, आज पीस एजुकेशन के प्रायोगिक कार्यक्रमों की जरूरत है। ऐसा होगा तो हमारी दुनिया अधिक खुशहाल बन सकेगी। ओम अरहम।
आपका एक बार फिर से नाम बोल दीजिए।
जैन आचार्य लोकेश मुनि, संस्थापक अहिंसा विश्व भारती और विश्व शांति केंद्र, नई दिल्ली, भारत।